Hello and welcome, everybody. Thank you for joining me. Thank God I put the dates on here. Otherwise, I probably wouldn't know what the date is. you know, and so everybody, good morning. Hello, hello, hello. Yes. Um, Charlene, I just text you back on what you sent. And hello, Lexi. Hello, everybody. Hello, everybody on Facebook. Hello, everybody on Periscope. Thank you all for joining me. And my name is Mary Jane Tracy, psychic medium, spiritual love of life coach, and astrologer, and always learning and expanding my knowledge on the astrology. And one of the things that I've been looking at, because Journey Club is starting. And with Journey Club starting, I was like, I just sent out an email on it. But excuse me, as I was writing it and as I was going in, and with Journey Club and how it has been such a huge part of my own personal life, like on my personal life, and how it has really helped me this year. And even though I'm the person who, I facilitate it. That's what I do. I facilitate. I am the one who comes in to bring that energy of Journey Club to people. And this is where I feel, every year I say, this is the year that everybody should take Journey Club, right? And when I look at the energies that are coming through right now, and I'm just like, no, this is the year that everybody should take Journey Club, because there is so much information, so much transformation that has been happening for us in just since January. So January, February, March, April, May, June, July, August, 8 months of radical change in a world that we never thought would have such a change. And it's not over. And so it's not over. So here we go. I'm going to be taking a sip of coffee. And it isn't over. We are still in this energy of transformation and change, not only on an internal scale, but on a worldly scale. Who would have thought, who would have thought that we would be shut down? Now, I know I come out with some crazy ass predictions and things, and, last year I was even saying that, there's a plague. I called it a plague. I didn't call it a pandemic. That was going to be happening, that there was something. And the reason why that came into play is because we knew that two planets, particularly Pluto and Jupiter coming into Capricorn, were going to collide. And when the two of them come together, they bring in transformation and change. They bring in for things to topple. Now, in our world that we live in, whether you like it or not, there's two things that make this world change, bring in drastic change. One is plague. The second is war. Those are two things that get us to awaken and start to look at the world in a different way. This energy that we've been going into and that have been happening in our lives over the last 8 months has brought in, I think, an internal plague for ourselves. Of bringing in this energy of saying, you know what? I need to change some things in my life. This has brought in an awakening for many people, not only as, COVID. And I just, and the thing is that, yeah, I have my qualms about the whole thing and whether it's real or not, but I just had a lovely astrologer mentor that I take classes from. And have it. God caught it. Like, this is like, she's a Virgo. Like, anybody who knows Virgos, like, she's very anal on everything, following protocol. Like, she didn't take this lightly. And she went to her friends, and she admits that she follows into a lot of the categories of obesity, high blood pressure, doesn't exercise, maybe not eat so well. She loves to eat. And, she caught it on the bus, because in New York, you don't drive. You take the subway or you take the bus. And even though she had masks and gloves and the whole bit, and washing her hands and all of that, this really brought in, for her, a disruption of an awakening, of saying, this is, even though as an astrologer and as we do our predictions, we knew that this was going to happen. But when it hits you, it brings in a different type of change. And that's where this is all about. This is all about, this last 8 months has been this internal change within each one individually, in looking at your own alignments, and looking at what is going on in your world. What are the plagues in your world? Now, many people have been working on this, even since 2018, 2017, 2016, where they've been working on different transformation and changes, and eliminating different people, places, things within their own lives. And now it sort of came to this head, and this coming forth and saying, this is what you need to start doing. This is what you need to start activating with yourself. And that's what I find with Journey Club. It is an activation. It is an 8-week course of activating. It is 8 weeks, because I know 8 weeks equals to 40 days. 40 days is a transformation of your red blood cells, in bringing in a new memory. Each of your cells have a coding, and on that coding has information. And on that information is what you tell yourself. What are the stories? What are the energies? What are the plagues that are in your life that you keep allowing yourself to go through and talk about and say? And within Journey Club, we look at these things and allow ourselves to come back into our alignment of what it is that is true for ourselves. And bringing in I don't bring in the astrology within Journey Club, but it does have a lot to do with how we do relate to our day-to-day lives. And even today, with the sun at 20 degrees, the sun at 20 degrees Leo is in the last decade of Leo. This is what they call the royal decade, the royal decan. It is the last part. This is when you step into that power, that part of being the royal. And what does it mean to be royal, right? What does that truly mean to be royal? Royal within your own lives. What does it mean to be your own sovereign? And to be your own king and queen in your world? What does that look like? And are you being it? And this isn't being that royal that is an asshole or a dipshit that goes out that wants to, like, ooh, look at me. That's not what it is. This is the one that comes in that chivalrous. The one that comes in that brings forth a respect for others and humanity. That's what it is. This is what this energy wants to bring forth. This is calling forth an alignment to the heart, and bringing in an alignment to what is true in your life. And at this midpoint of the year, it is really coming into an alignment of how we are wanting our next steps to be. Because the next few months are really going to be other activations of looking at, this isn't about arguing with other people. If you're arguing with people and saying, it's like this and I want this, then do it. If you want to start planting a rose garden, then do it. If you want to start building a greenhouse, then do it. If you want to start making masks, then do it. This is looking at your internal vision. This is what this energy is. What is that vision? What is that dream that you are wanting to activate? What is that alignment? Gemini and this beautiful energy, and especially with Neptune coming in at 150 degrees to the sun, and Jupiter sextiling Neptune. This is, and it's like almost like we're that midpoint. So Jupiter's at 19 and Pluto's at 23. So it's that in-between midpoint of energy that is coming in and activating and saying. And the beauty thing about this, because the moon is in Gemini, and this is where the magic begins. This is like pure essence of magic, right? So when you understand Neptune brings in magic. It brings in the ideas and the dreams and the intuition and the trust. And it's activating the sun. And people ask, sometimes, with me, it's like when I look at my chart is a whole, it is an activation of water energy. Like I have this watery energy that brings in intuition and stepping into that depths of the psyche and visions and seeing, and that's the way my chart is. That's how I've been made up. And this activation and what this beauty is, it is allowing you right now with that Gemini to see, yeah, this is what it is. It's to see more of what it is that you want to create, to allow you to really believe. This is like more of a fated day. This is more of a day of allowing yourself to come in to this alignment. This is what this is. This is where when Gemini comes in and it stimulates and it says, this is the truth, this is an illusion. That's what Gemini does. It shows you because it's a twin. You want to, this is not the truth. This is. And this truth might be something that is like unbelievable to you. Where it's like, now that is. That intuition and that mindset is coming into one and meeting within the heart and saying, yeah, this is what it is. And there's a lot of stimulation to fulfill this happiness. But yet there might be a little bit of apprehension, a little bit of wanting to hold back and not too sure. Maybe there is where, this is the alignment with your destiny. And if you're going towards something and it has no energy and you have no feeling for it and it just feels off, then it's not in your alignment. When we go through Journey Club, that's what we do. We go through Journey Club and we say, how does it feel? Because your body never, ever lies. We talk about that. We get you to feel. We have you come into the body because the body is the energy that you utilize on this earth walk to feel, to align with what is going on. And many times we don't utilize the best instrument that we have that God gave us. It's our body. It's our body. This is the energy that's coming forth. It's getting you to trust in what is coming forth. And this is going in and it's coming through. And then we have this energy that with Uranus slowing down. And once Uranus goes retrograde, and it's going to be going, and it'll be retrograde as of the 16th till next year. This is coming in where it's like, this is where you can't be afraid. And not to feel stupid about how you are wanting to go forth, right? This is about an activation. Mars is activating, it's trining the sun. It's activating it. It's saying, let's get it going. I'm going to be going retrograde. There's shit happening. And it's also squaring Mars. It's also squaring Pluto and Saturn. We know that it's squaring them, and it's going to be squaring them for a while, and it's going to back over and square them again. It's going to do it 3 freaking times. So this activation, so this year is giving us chances over chances over chances to get ourselves into our alignment, to get ourselves into our truth. And if there's something or someone or someplace that's aggravating you, that is pulling you into something, then that's where you got to cut the cord and say, you know what, that's your shit, baby. I'm not going there. That's not where I want to go. I'm not being pulled down on your ship. My ship's good. This is where I'm sailing. This is what I want to do. This is passionate action of the heart. The heart is the first consciousness with the 4 chambers. It allows us to go through and allow us to come out through the aortas. Whoopsie, I'm knocking everything down. Through the aortas to allow for stimulation and life to go through our bodies and to exude the energies through our bodies through to the outside world. This transformation in ingesting behavior, this is like supernatural. This is us tapping in and doing your transformation of seeing things and even seeing past illusions that you thought that you couldn't see, barriers that you could not see, is now going to be where you are able to see through them. The thing is, when I mentioned yesterday about Biden, it was just something like, I had a feeling, and I'm not an American. I'm not into that political realm, but it does play on the foresight, on the foreground of our, the way the world is, because whether you like it or not, the United States has a lot to do with how the world is being unfolding, right? It is the empire. Every era has an empire. The Americans are this empire. So it has this unfolding of energy. So just watching him and saying that there's something odd, but when he announced it, I knew his moon was in Taurus. So I knew this was like the last time. This is like, okay, your moon's in Taurus. There has to be, when a moon is in Taurus, there's an activation. You're going to do shit. You're going to get things done. If not, then you had no idea to get things done. So when that moon came in and where the sun was, it was just like, wow, this is time. He's going to choose somebody. And he did. And I don't know much about this woman, but I feel this is where there's something else at play with this person that he chose, with this woman that he chose. And I found it funny, that Obama chose him, and now he is choosing this woman. And this play that's going on. So I found it very interesting in how this is going to unfold. Because as I said, something, I know there's something going on with Trump, and maybe he'll get in, but I don't think he's going to be there. There's something. I just, my guides are saying that door hasn't opened yet, but there will be something that's going to happen. So with this is where you trust. This is where you trust, right? You trust that. I'm trusting. You just know. You have these crazy knowingness, and you just go with it. That's what this Gemini is doing. And with this Gemini moon coming through. And it's saying, just trust it. I'm going to show you what's coming through, and you got to trust it. If you start to second guess it, that's your ego. That's your ego coming through that's saying, you know what? Maybe not. This doesn't seem right. Oh, well, maybe it is. Maybe it's not. Blah, 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 blah. That's your ego. When you come back and you listen and you come back to the heart space and into that knowingness, into that flow, you can feel the waves coming through. It's amazing. It's amazing. And again, as I'm not a fan of today's energy, but it's getting you, it woke you up to get you in the flow. It woke you up at the, just before Venus was coming up too. Venus was, rose at 2:33 a.m. this morning. But you're at a time when Saturn was at its height and being able to be seen in the sky on the southern ecliptic. So that's pretty awesome. So being activated with you know, this energy of getting you to create or build, maybe dream or daydream, coming into this energy of saying, what time was it in New Zealand? So some form of activation was happening with you at that time. So for today, you can't be afraid. And don't assume and judge upon others. Don't assume that they should know better or judge them for where they are. Right? But this is where others, the way it looks, like don't judge others on the way that you think it should look. This is yours, right? And oh, see, it's your birthday in New Zealand. Look at that. So happy birthday. That's actually, it's your solar return. You're going through your solar return right now. So it's where the sun was on the day that you were born. So that's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. So it's a wonderful, wonderful day for you, my little Leo girl. I love Leos. Well, I love all, but you know, just, I don't love any sign more than the other. Just saying. So just 1 second. This is because it's Candace. And I'm going to go back. And I just want to show you something. 1 second, guys, just. Needle chart, there we go. So, 1 second. She's probably going to hate me for doing this, but I'm going to do it anyways. So in actuality, let me pull this up. Play with this a bit. So in actuality, here we go. This is, Candace, I know. I'm not, there's no aspects or anything that's showing on here, but what it's going to show me is where, right there, this here is your natal chart, right? Hold on. Yeah, is your natal chart. So in here is where the planets are. So this is your sun, and out here is the solar return, right? So the solar return tells me what's going on that's coming to the time when you were born. So your solar return actually happened yesterday when the sun was at 19 degrees, 1933. So in actuality, your birthday was yesterday, according to the sun and the alignments of the energies. So this is like when we go into a solar return. Here's a little bit of information to let you guys know. I'll just take her chart down because we don't need to. We don't need to be looking at her chart. I think that's kind of personal. I didn't want to bring in too much, but what the solar return shows me, because of what's going on as above, right? So what the energies are happening right now. So we take like another photo shot, another shot of the energies that are happening on your solar return. And then we can lay it down and take a look at the energies that are going to be playing out for you for the year. So we look at a lot of the aspects. So one of the things is that for your solar return, you have a yod that is in your solar return. So you got this real energy, an energy of destiny. So this year is going to be a very big activating year for you, a year of huge activation and bringing in stronger intuition along with Jupiter, because Jupiter is going to expand it. So Jupiter is sextiling Neptune at this time, coming in at 150 degrees into a yod in your chart. You also have where Mars is squaring off Pluto in your solar return chart along with that. And the sun would have been in Taurus. So you have a foundation that you are wanting to create over the next year, a stronger foundation within your intuition and within your world, and having that in there. So it is, I mean, you do have that Mars squared Pluto, which is going to be bringing in some very strong energies for you over this year, where because Mars squared Pluto is very warring. It's very, let's get things done. Let's get going. So you're going to get strong inclinations on getting going and getting things done. So there you go. That's what a solar return does. So we can take what the aspects were going on in your time. So it's very similar to a natal chart. Then we can bring in the natal chart and the aspects with the natal chart and seeing how they coordinate with other things that are within you, and see how that is going to bring forth renewal and newness. So that's the whole thing. So we bring in this newness for you and allow for this newness. So it makes sense because, I mean, you were born in New Zealand, right? So that's why yesterday would have been your solar return. Your solar return is usually the day before or so, before your actual birth date, the date, right? And so that's what it is. So people, this is the thing, is like, the other thing is like, if you want to get your solar return done and you want to understand what your year is going to be like, that's what I mean, I just gave her just like a little nutshell of info. That's not the whole, that wouldn't be the whole reading, but that's what it is. So when we understand, and this gives you a foundation of saying, okay, I'm going to be starting to work on certain structures within my own life, my boundaries. What are my boundaries? What do they look like? What more do I have to set up? What is my heart? Where is my heart directing me? How does that feel? What is that, and this is coming in, and I got Mama Bear coming in. So very much a Mama Bear energy coming in for you when it comes into your family, what the family is doing, and how you can maintain your balance within your own family and bringing love. So there is that beauty that's coming in through all of this that I feel. So that, I mean, people want to book a solar return, you can definitely book a solar return and bring that energy in. And it's quite cool when you start looking at it, right? I'm not looking forward to my solar return. So just an FYI, because mine's in November and I know the kind of shit that's going down in November. So I'm just like, you think yours is like cray. You got to see, yeah, there's cray coming up, especially in September, October, November. So my year is going to be coming into some crazy, because I'm going to have, I think Mars is still going to be retrograde. I got so I have Uranus retrograde, and I think Mercury will be going retrograde during that time, because Mercury's going to be going retrograde in Scorpio. So it's nothing. Just nothing. So I was thinking about the boundaries this morning. How much are solar returns? Solar returns are $160. They are. So they're I'm going, my rates are going back to being what they were before. So, and usually solar returns can be 250 to 325. That's usually the average of what an astrologer will charge you for them. I'm not a mama bear when it comes to me. Yes, you are. You're a mama bear. You're definitely a mama bear. So I'll have to book in with you. So this energy right now for us today. So it's not all like, this is how a Leo takes over. Leos, and that's like, look at me, here I am. This is about us transforming and adjusting our behavior. This is about us looking at our own supernatural energies and bringing forth and tapping into our transformation and allowing ourselves to come into our transformation and change within our own selves and looking at our boundaries. So, so I'm going to send you guys out so much love. If you do want to book a reading, let me know. I am actually sending you out some big love. I am learning. I'm taking, I got so many classes. I'm taking a lot of personal astrology classes and stuff. So I'm learning a lot more different aspects on adding herbs and all of that kind of stuff. It's crazy. It's crazy, but fun. I love it. I'm in a learning mode. So my energies are in about a learning mode. So, I got to ride the wave when I can. Then you can teach us. Yes, then I can teach you. Yes. Once I ingrain it and get it going. So, and then I can teach you. So I'm going to send you out so much love, everybody, and having a fabulous day. This is the fire of the heart and igniting the fire of the heart. So allow yourself to come forth. And the picture I got, and this is something that Rebecca Woods did from Hearts in the Mix. This is hers. This is what she created. But I think this is a beautiful rendition of the heart and the fire. So bringing in, and the keys to the heart, which comes in with the goddess. So, so coming in with the heart, and she designed this. Love it. She makes her own stamps. Oh, God, I love people like that. So bringing in the love, may the Lord and the Lady watch over and bless you in all that you say and all that you can be and all that you can do. Allow yourself to open and allow your fire of the heart to be ignited in this day and every day forward, and allow for you to step forward in your destiny in trusting the Lord and the Lady. Blessings, everybody, and have a blessed day. Bye-bye.